Hello and welcome back to Will's World Reviews and More. So this is going to be my review of the Extreme Rules 2015 pay-per-view. It's probably going to be quick because, well, just straight off the bat, guys, I didn't really enjoy this pay-per-view at all. To be honest, I'm a bit gutted that I stayed up for it, but we'll go through it anyway. So the big news coming into this pay-per-view obviously was that Daniel Bryan is injured and the IC title match would not be on the card. To be honest, this was a bit of a disappointment, just because I think that would have added a lot to the show. I don't think it would have saved the show, but I think it would have added a lot, and now it's just begging the question as to whether Daniel Bryan is a worthy Intercontinental Champion anymore, and what's going to happen. Are they going to, open it up for a new number one contender or a new champion, or and it also asks the question: is Daniel Bryan even fit to continue on? I'm not a massive fan of Daniel Bryan, and it would be sad if he had to retire just because of anyone's career. It would be sad, but you have to ask the question now as to whether where he goes from there. So this led to a bit of a reshuffle. The tag team match was put on the main card, and Bad News Barrett faced Neville on the pre-show. It was a good match. It was entertaining. I really quite like watching Bad News Barrett, and in the end Neville got the win with the red arrow. I like Neville. I'm not convinced yet, but athletic for sure and entertaining, and I'm just a bit concerned about Bad News Barrett because he looks like he's turned into a bit of a jobber, and yes, it wasn't his fault that he wasn't on the main card today, but still it seems like he needs a big win coming up soon to really regain some kind of momentum, because he is definitely one of the better wrestlers on the roster. For a big guy, he can really move, and he's really good on the mic. I think they need to maybe turn him face again, and he can bring the Bad News gimmick back, because he needs something, because I'm really concerned about him at the moment. But good win for Neville on kind of a pay-per-view, so that's that. Then to what was quite a disappointing match in the end, I thought was going to be good, was the Dean Ambrose v Luke Harper. It was nice for Ambrose to eventually get his first pay-per-view win, but it was really disappointing. It wasn't very extreme at all. There was, we didn't see the street fight. They went in the car, they got in the street, and that was it. And we didn't see any of that. We just saw a bit of messing around with chairs, really, and kendo sticks, and disappointing, but I'm glad Ambrose got the win. Then you had Sheamus v Dolph Ziggler. Complete waste of time, really. I've never really watched much of Sheamus, but I'm not impressed by him at all. In comparison to someone like Bad News Barrett, who's a big guy and can move, Sheamus didn't really have any of that. Obviously, I'll have to watch more of him, but I'm not a massive Ziggler fan either. But credit to Ziggler, whereas credit's due is he's a good worker. Ziggler won with the roll up, obviously. Sheamus didn't carry on with kissing his ass, and I'm sure that'll continue on now. With a constant feud, really, maybe between those two. Then you had the tag team match, New Day versus the Brass Ring Club, Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. Didn't agree with this for New Day to win, even though we did cheat. Wrong decision for me, because I think Cesaro and Kidd are some of the best workers on the roster, including Natty as well. And they deserve a lot more, because it's just shocking the treatment they get. And again, wrong decision for me, and we'll have to see where they go from now, and hopefully they'll regain some kind of form and the titles maybe, and if not, then they might have to split them up. I don't know where they go from there, really. Seeing the Rusev, Cena wins, we all knew that was going to happen. I don't think they exploited the gimmick as much as they could have done, and in the end it didn't really make any sense, because at one point they turned the lights on and Cena hit a move and they cancelled, but in this they had the lights on and Cena hit a move and then he won. So it's a bit contradictory, if you hit a move, do the lights go off or do they stay on? So I'm not sure. And then we saw Lana go into the Authority office, and for a while I thought they may have done a deal where Rusev joins the Authority officially, becomes their new muscle instead of like Kane, if Kane turned face, but it didn't really happen. So, and we just know that they're going to face it Payback. So a fourth Cena Rusev match, I don't know why, but hopefully that'll be the end of it, and I think maybe by then they might even give Rusev his belt back. Nikki v Naomi. Just a typical Divas match. I knew this was going to happen. Nikki won. Brie helped. That's about it. There's not much to say. They need to find a resolve to this situation because Paige is away now, so they want to bring an AJ's left, so they probably need to bring a Diva up from the NXT roster, and we're thinking Charlotte, and they need to give her a run with the belt because, you know, basically at the moment it's just Nikki getting a run because she's going out with John Cena. So probably what turned out to be the best match on the card, and I didn't think I'd be saying that, is Reigns v Big Show. It was actually quite entertaining. I enjoyed that one. You know, I never really was against Reigns as such. I think I was just, at the time, I think there was a bit of discontent from my part just because I think, you know, there were so many different, there was more worthy competitors to kind of the world title scene because you had Lesnar, you had Rollins obviously, but now I think he's pushed himself back in there, and I think the whole motive for Payback is going to be Reigns v Rollins. I think that's where they're going to go, and this match put an end to the Big Show feud, and it was interesting. They were kind of using tables to get Reigns over in a way because everyone loves tables, and then in the end he did win with the table, although it was the announced table, pinned the Big Show, and that was it. But you know, Reigns is picking up momentum now, and I think the crowd are warming to him a bit more as well. So good for him. You know, I only want him to succeed because, you know, I think he was treated unfairly and he deserves a chance, and I hope he gets that now, and I hope he really kind of makes the most of it this time, and just still needs to work on his promo skills. You know, that's the massive lacking, but you know, hopefully we can sort that out. Then you had a brief segment which was pointless with Bo Dallas and Ryback, and it just failed because no one knew if it was a real match or if it was just a segment. I think that was because they had some time to kill because of the IC match not being on the card anymore. It was just pointless because the crowd didn't really pop and no one really cared, so it was real pointless. And then you had the Orton's Rollins match in the cage, which I thought could have been better. There really wasn't anything special about this match, or indeed the pay-per-view, and I thought Kane might turn face, but he didn't. I thought he might come out with the mask, but he didn't. And in the end, Rollins won with an RKO, and there's the debate, well, was it banned altogether? But if that was the case anyway, Orton used it first on Kane, and you know, there was no real moves off the cage, which I thought Seth Rollins might have done. In the end, it was just really disappointing, and Rollins retained. And that's about it, guys. There's not much more to say. I'm really quite disappointed, and you know, I'm having debates. You know, at the moment, I can kind of understand why some people are not interested in it at the moment, and they need to do a lot to win me back with Payback, really. And we'll just have to see what happens and see what they do. And I've had a few internet problems. The network's not working as good as it could have been, so next time I might just watch it the day after rather than staying up late and watching it. So, but yeah, not impressed, guys. If you got the network for free this month, then you probably can't complain. But you know, if you're paying for it like I was, it was quite disappointing. And it's more about now, I guess, how they go and continue with Payback, and we'll find out more obviously with the feuds. I think most of them will just be rematches of this card, and you'll probably have Rollins and Reigns in the main event, and that's probably it. So Bray Wyatt did cut a promo, by the way, in the pre-show, but I'm not quite sure who that was regarding, so maybe one of you guys has figured it out. You can let me know. But that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Peace.